Your tweet caught my eye today. I'm not going to lie. It definitely caught my eye about Aaron Rodgers making his decision. So what can you tell me? What do you got for me on this front?
So I was told that the decision is going to be coming soon, within the next week or so.
Okay.
That he's going to inform the Green Bay Packers that he's either staying in Wisconsin, or he's going to ask for a trade, or he's going to retire, as the three options that we are all very aware of.
Retire? That's still an option here? Retire? That would be surprising to me. So
I'm not betting anything on that one, but
right. So the way I'm reading in between the lines of your tweet, and you tell me if I might be onto something here, is part of his decision is whatever contract might be on the table and whatever negotiations might be on the table between he and the Packers. Like, he can't really inform his decision whether he wants to go until he sees what the Packers are putting on the table, funny money, how. Just looking at a contract, you'll see the expiration date that the Packers are willing to extend this to. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense for him to protect himself, to see what the Green Bay Packers are going to be willing to pay him, because from the conversations I've had with a lot of people in the league, he wants to be the highest paid player in the NFL by a wide margin. So we're talking about $50 million a year. And we know the cap situation the Green Bay Packers are in. We know Devontae Adams needs to get paid. So there's a lot on the table. And speaking of tables, there's also multiple teams that are waiting to see what happens here, because they are hoping and willing to make a trade for him.
That's a large chunk of the pie right there. 50 mil a year? That's what he's looking for right now?
That's what I was told. I was told that's around the number he's looking for per year. And when you match that up with the other quarterbacks around the league right now in terms of that annual that annual chunk of change, I guess. Right? So we have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Patrick's about $46 million a year. So it'd be about, what's the math there? $4 million more.
Yeah.
And at 38 years old, that's a high price.
Yeah. Wow. How much cap space does the Broncos have? I mean, like, who has the cap space to if Rodgers does get a contract offer back from Green Bay that is not that much, and say, hey, you have to give a hometown discount for Devontae. You want Devontae, right? I mean, you got to have him. Let's just say that the numbers come back and he says, I want out. Who's got the ability to pay him that? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that, because even speaking to teams that are not in the hunt, that are not in this trade race,
right? Let's
say, trying to understand, all right, if you had to make it work, how would you do it? Rich, you've been covering this league long enough. It's figured out. They can make it work. And one team I spoke with that is in the hunt, when I looked at their numbers, it didn't completely make sense to me. But I was told it would work out. We will find a way. It will work out. So sometimes that means at the detriment of other players' money, obviously. Perhaps maybe even cutting some players to make more room. But I know the teams that are interested in him are getting creative and are getting a little impatient here as they're waiting, because they have to make moves themselves. So while the Green Bay Packers are waiting for this answer, so are the other teams, because we all know free agency is right around the corner.
Yeah. Oh, man. So those people have placed on the table, those are the ones who have fully baked, like, here's what we're willing to give, draft choices, like those have been forwarded to Brian Gutekunst. He has them all on his desk if he so chooses to lay them out there, paperwork style.
So I was told the Green Bay Packers, for what it's worth, were not told from those teams what the compensation would be, what the package would look like, because that's tampering. They can't call over to Green Bay yet, apparently, because they need to have this conversation with Aaron. So I'm not sure how the working or how the dealings have been going in terms of the contact and the true communication, because you got to figure there's something there. But the teams that I've spoken to that want him have been working towards putting this together to make it work for Green Bay.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.